As you guys could probably tell from the gameplay I've been using for the last week or two, I have been getting back into Rivals. It is a game that I do enjoy quite a lot. It's just for a few months there was a lot of games I was playing and I didn't have time to keep playing Rivals, but now I'm back into it. And last night I saw something hilarious posted from Marvel Rivals Updates where they talk about these corporate journalists at The Gamer who lament that Marvel Rivals doesn't have queer representation. For anyone not familiar with The Gamer, it is an outlet that many would say is politically compromised and disgraced. For example, they gave Veilguard, Dragon Age the Veilguard, a positive score. If I recall, they rated it 4 out of 5 stars, seemingly just because of their politics, agreeing with the devs' politics. And that game was a complete disaster, obviously, as you guys know. It was so bad that BioWare actually went through massive layoffs afterwards. And many people say that that game pretty much ended the entire Dragon Age franchise. But hey, the writers who did a terrible job politically agree with the journos, the corporate journalists at The Gamer. So hey, we gotta definitely give that a 4 out of 5 stars. Great game. And now The Gamer is whining about Marvel Rivals not having enough queer representation. They're talking about an exclusive interview they had with the Rivals devs, and they grilled the devs about the lack of queer rep in Rivals. And it's like, dude, this politically compromised outlet is mad at a Chinese developer, NetEase, for not including enough queer rep. Like, I don't even think these people even play Rivals. Like, go ahead and be gay, but like, why do you gotta have main character syndrome and think you can like strong arm a Chinese developer company who's already made a great game into like adding a rep? It's just ridiculous. This doesn't help the LGBT community, for the record, obviously. It actually makes things worse because it drives negative public perception to the LGBT community. And these corpos are getting paid while they do it. And let's be real, these journos, they probably don't even play Rivals, like I said. They don't even really game either. A lot of the time they're talking about how much they hate gamers. And it's like, bro, if they're gonna play any like hero shooter, clearly there's one for them. It's not Rivals. It's called Overwatch. They're welcome to go play Overwatch. For anyone who doesn't know, by the way, if you don't play Rivals, there are a number of relationships in the game that have been even like pretty central to certain seasons. Like this season in particular has been the relationship between Gambit and Rogue, which is also an iconic relationship going way back in the comics. This is part of the reason why these corporate journalists are whining. They're mad that the relationships in Rivals so far have all been hetero. So they want to try to change that. How dare this Chinese company do that? And how dare this game be so successful? And so they try to get the devs into gotcha, and the devs at NetEase respond saying, when we're designing and introducing new heroes, we always take inspiration from the character relationships in the Marvel comics. And when we have a good season theme coming up, we'll pick our hero combinations according to what fits perfectly with that theme, essentially shutting them down as politely as possible. And obviously when they're talking about relationships from the comics, they are referring to the older comics, not some of those newer ones over the last half decade or so when Marvel really began to try to pander, really going deep in rainbow capitalism, which if you take a look at the sales of those comics, hasn't been going well for Marvel at all. The only L that these devs have taken is speaking with The Gamer to begin with. There's nothing to gain from talking to corporate journalist sellouts like that. But nevertheless, they're doing a good job, and hopefully they keep on doing a great job with the Rivals. Again, there are some questionable choices with balance decisions, but you know, for what it is, they've done a great job. Back at The Gamer, this is not even the first time they whined about this stuff. Back in November, they made an article titled Marvel Rivals Under Fire for Ignoring Queer Couples in Season 5. And what's their source about Rivals being under fire? A single tweet. They're talking about a single tweet from some Westerner that was even just like a meme post anyways. Oh wow, yeah, they're under fire. This is such important bad news for the devs. What are they gonna do? Someone posted a SpongeBob meme. Oh my gosh. Anyways, thought that was all pretty hilarious. Once again, you know, these people at The Gamer, they're welcome to go back to their Veilguard slop that they love so much, or go play Overwatch. You know, Activision, Blizz would love to have people like that, so there you go. But let me know what you think about this stuff in the comments. As always, have a lovely rest of your weekend, and I'll see you in the next one.